On the last episode of Born a Car, we bought our E30 and took the Standstout Drift Missile to Raceway Park to shake it down. On our track, Spinelli benchmarked a 109.
109!
109!
The question was now, how would I do?
How do I look in your brain bucket? All right, fast to that corner. I don't know how tree turn's gonna feel. Down to second, into the hairpin. Oh, a little understeer. Keep it nice and tidy. Over the hill, onto the brakes. Whoa, wants to get sideways. And now on the power, full up, third, falling out of the seat. There's 80, there's 90, onto the brakes. Woo! What's the verdict?
I'm not ashamed to say you got a 106.82.
Woo!
Well done.
Victory drift.
I just do what I do. See me? I just do what I do. Man, I just do what I do. To know about you, I just do what I do. Check. That's the intro. See that? Yeah.
Now that we had some fun, it was time to get to work. I had 2 tasks looming quickly, so back at Broken Motorsports, we started prep. Alright, so I spent the last 4 nights pretty much non-stop working on this car, and as you can see, I made kind of a makeshift office, and I'm even sleeping here. I haven't taken a shower in 4 days, it's probably pretty obvious, but outside is where the real stuff's happening. And Justin's been doing some work as well at the shop. There he is. There's our E30. First, the car would get raised to do some off-roading along a Jeep trail in Colorado for a Drive on NBC Sports episode. This meant adding new Bilstein HD shocks and lifting the ride height with stock BMW springs from an iX model. Justin Hinman, the fabricator from Broken Motorsports, custom fit a beefy skid plate and support bar. I also cut the front bumper apart and got rid of the leaking oil cooler. And because of the slow driving they'd be doing with no oil cooler, I ditched the stock AC fan for a more powerful race one. Lastly, I fitted the car with BFG all-terrain KO tires that, when matched with the new suspension, gave the car 9 inches of ground clearance at the skid plate. Basically 9 inches more than it had when we bought it. Before I knew it, the now lifted E30 was on a truck to Colorado. So watch that episode and come back for the cage build.
All right, so we're here at Broken Motorsports. The E30 is back from Colorado. And now, we just gotta push it out of its parking space. Come on. Roll. Now I have to pull out the entire interior and prep it for the roll cage. First things first, we gotta get all the garbage out that Matt Farrow left from driving on the dirt. Oh, hybrid vape. An entire tent, sleeping bag, almond butter, we got some moon cheese.
With the garbage cleaned out, I started to gut the car. Seats, carpet, upholstery, the entire dash, and even the sound deadening had to go. I used dry ice to freeze the sound deadening to make it easier to chip away.
Now the thing is, when you do interiors in cars like this, everything's its own little maze, right? So, for example, I do Toyota pickups a lot. I have a lot of Toyotas at home, and I know what to take off first to get to the dash, right? Guessing that the BMW is kind of the same. You start on the outsides and work your way in, but I'm not really sure, so I'm just kind of freeballing it, taking off screws and stuff. I'm hoping that I'm doing the right thing, but you never know. You find yourself in a puzzle, and all of a sudden you're trying to pry something off the flathead. Not ideal. There we go. Right now we have pretty much everything stripped out. I'm gonna leave the wiring in for now. Justin's gonna take care of that later when he does the cage.
With the interior pulled, Justin got to work on the cage. The design of this cage was critical, since we had 2 events scheduled, a rally race and an endurance track event called Chump Car. Cage specifications are different for both events, so that meant studying rule books.
So there's a challenge aspect to doing every cage and every cage being a little bit different that I quite enjoy. It's why I build cages, why I love building roll cages. So this car and the design of this roll cage, we wanted it to be good for just about anything you wanted to go race in. So we did a rally designed cage that just had some of the bars upgraded to slightly bigger size that the road racing organizations and Chump Car and whatnot require. So the Chump Car rulebook and most road racing rulebooks in general require a very basic minimalist cage. They're designed to get people into the sport and get racing in a safe cage that maybe isn't quite optimal for all sorts of crashes like you would experience in a rally. This car has at least 14 more bars than a normal road race cage.
With Justin on the cage, I focused on replacing more busted up items from the trail.
From the Colorado trip on NBC, apparently they think they hit the top of the tank. We just took it off, took a little bit because the thing's all smashed up. Tank's pretty good. It's all smashed up on the bottom, but it looks pretty straight on the top. Try to get this thing ready for a rally, and we're leaking fuel and we have no idea why.
I replaced the entire tank and found that the sending unit seal was what caused Matt's huge fuel leak in Colorado. My friend Alex showed up to help me pull the trans and install a fresh clutch and flywheel. With those two bigger tasks done, I began checking smaller stuff off the list.
We worked our asses off getting this roll cage padding in. This was really hard to cut. We still have these little fancy little bumper covers to put on. It's raining out, the shop's leaking.
Then I put the dash back together. Next came fitting the seats and belts.
So right now we're fitting the seats and we're trying to get a proper clearance from the roll bar. And this is really hard to do with cars that are this small, especially with us because we're super tall. Ha! Yeah, that works for me. This is my 1600 Starlet 4AG.
Put this next
Oh, seatbelt. This takes a lot longer than you would think to get these things properly fit. I feel good, I feel back. I feel a lot safer than a Nissan 240SX, I'll tell you that much.
I kept checking things off the list, and it was starting to go smoothly until the car wouldn't start. Justin, Alex, and I pondered over the weird BMW wiring design, trying to figure out why we weren't getting full power to the fuel pump. This required some intense iPhone research.
Fuel pump really?
Finally, we cracked it, as Alex and I explained.
This little black wire, because BMW makes no sense, provides power to this which goes to the fuse box, and to this which goes to your rigged fan setup. And that is why it's not starting, because if we go to the back, that wire runs all the way along and hooks up to that, which as you can see, is not quite in tip-top condition.
Right, so this happened in the NBC episode. During the episode, the entire battery terminal falls off. And when they plug the terminal back in, I don't think they've ever put it back together. So this was just kind of staying there, which is why it's intermittently starting. So we're gonna try to plug this back in and hopefully
Get this on the road.
hopefully we have something.
So the car ran, but there were still a lot of small items to check off, and with a night's rest until rally time, it was still anyone's guess whether or not the car would make it.
Tomorrow morning, Friday AM, we need to be at Empire State Performance Rally. Now, this is where I'm gonna leave you. We need to get back to work and do a lot more little piddly things on the car so we can get through tech tomorrow morning. I don't know where we're gonna be in a couple of hours, so I'm hoping that on the next episode, you'll see us rallying. But I don't really know because there's still so much to do. So join us next week where we'll hopefully be competing with this E30 in a rally, or we'll be broke down somewhere on the side of the road.